Hi, my name is Rachel Adams. I'm 30 years old. I've been a Christian my entire life. And one of the things that God has been so faithful to bring me out of is the battle with peace. And peace is something that I struggled with my entire life. I used to have night terrors. I used to have just anything, any type of joy and peace that you can obtain. I always was fighting for it. Even my mom said from the moment I was born, I was always fighting for it. And when I was 21 years old, I began dating a guy that I knew immediately I wasn't supposed to be dating. We weren't right for each other. We were very wrong for each other. And I chose to do it anyways. And that lasted about 3 years. And finally, about 3.5 years later, through breakups and get back togethers and just all the things, I found myself in a moment of just pure chaos. Everything I did was chaotic. Everything I felt was chaotic. When I closed my eyes to sleep, I would have nightmares. I would have, night terrors. Those are the kind that when you're awake, but you can't fully wake up, or you're awake and you can't scream, but you can't breathe. There's that paralyzing fear would just come over me. When I was awake and functioning about my day, I would just be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Is this right? Should I get out of it? And all along, knowing that I should just get out of it. But sometimes when you choose to disobey in the very beginning, you immediately push the right decision away, and then it gets lost in the shuffle. And so down the road, that right decision isn't obtainable. You can't find where you don't remember, oh, God told me that this wasn't a good idea. Or I had a check in my spirit the minute I started dating him, and this is not a good idea. I couldn't remember that 4 years later. I was like, I think this is the right guy, and something's wrong, and I don't know, and I couldn't get along with anyone. I wasn't getting along with my parents. We couldn't see eye to eye. I wasn't getting along with my siblings. I couldn't get a job. I was starting to get into so much debt. It just began to affect every decision that I was making. And this was going on back and forth. We would break up, then he would come see me, and I would break down, and I would be emotionally chaotic, and all I'd want to do is just be with him, and then the minute we would be together, it would be horrible. And so this just continued. We almost got engaged in this time, and thank God that didn't happen, but it was this serious. And at one point, I finally just had a breaking point where I could feel my body starting to get sick because of the lack of sleep and the lack of just clarity and peace. Peace is so important. Peace affects every other area in your life, And so I had a moment with God, and I just fell onto my bed crying hysterically. And I just remember breaking down saying, God, please, I know I was disobedient, but please show me, because whatever's happening, I can't decipher. I can't find my peace. I can't find my way. And I don't want to be rebellious. I want to obey. I just don't know which way to go. And, in that moment, with my eyes closed, I immediately saw a room, and I saw me standing in a slip in front of a mirror. And I looked over to my right, and I saw a bunch of beautiful dresses hanging in a closet. And it was my closet. And as I walked over to those dresses, I was admiring how beautiful they were and how much I wanted them, and they looked so nice. And then when I went to take it off the hanger, they were paper doll dresses, the kind with the little tabs that hang over the shoulders. And they weren't made for a human. They weren't made for me. They were the wrong size, the wrong everything. And I started to get confused, and then the more I looked in the closet, every single one was. They were all beautiful, but they weren't made for me. And then I looked back into the mirror, and I saw Jesus standing there with a tape measure. And he said, Rachel, all these dresses are beautiful, and they would be beautiful on, but they weren't made for you, and so you can never fit into them, and they'll never further your walk with me. And he said, but I'm the master tailor, and I know every inch of you. I created every inch of you, and you're beautiful, and I'm going to create a beautiful dress for you, and it's going to fit, and you're going to walk it out. And when I opened my eyes, I realized, God never left. I'm the one. I'm the one who walked away from my own peace. and I did that through disobedience. And he wasn't making me ashamed. He wasn't angry. He was calm and just reassuring and saying, come back here to the place where you left. This is where we stopped. This is where we left off. And we're going to continue, and it's going to be okay, because I'm your master tailor. I know what works for you, and I know what doesn't work for you, and I've got you covered, and you never wandered too far. And I just want to encourage you, wherever you are right now, that no matter what you've done, if you've walked away, if you've lost your peace, you've lost your clarity, God is faithful to give it to you, and He'll give it back. Just ask Him. Just sit where you are and just ask Him to show you the right way, and He'll do it.
Hey guys, everybody's got a story, and we want to hear yours.
That's right. So to see more stories like this, please click the Watch More button at the end of this clip.
And if you would like to submit your story, you can contact us on Facebook, or you can email us at ucn.young@gmail.com.
Just remember, your story could change theirs.
Thanks, guys.